now, I think we have gone past a crime wave and we're heading towards a crime tsunami. And it seems that in trying to find a solution, we seem to be getting even more divided. You know, this is a time where we really need to come together. If ever there was such a time, it's now. And I think the 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 address from the prime minister and the suggestions from the former prime minister all have merit. I think at this point in time, every suggestion that comes forward, is worthy of examination. But the reality is, Shannon, in to deal with the crime situation now, where we're at in the short term, it's new strategies from the police force, more resources for the police. It's trying to make changes with legislation. It's our citizenry, our people, understanding that we all have a role to play. I see people asking on Facebook, what role do we have to play with regards to crime? There's a whole lot that individuals can do with regards to crime. First of all, be a law-abiding citizen, and don't feel afraid to speak out and correct young persons. And I mean, this thing has been festering for a long, long time. This where we're at now didn't happen overnight. Casting blame on any one individual or one government makes absolutely no sense. What we need to do now, as I said, in the short term, is ensure that our command center. We already have a command center for crime. It's called Police Headquarters, and working with other groups and so on. They need to come up with new strategies to ensure that we do crime prevention, but also dealing with persons who perpetrate crime to send a strong message saying, hey, this is not the way to go. But in the long term, I think our education system needs a complete overhaul. It seems to be very, very focused on academic prowess and academic performance, and we need to make that change. I see some changes taking place already, and I'm hoping that's going to kick off a trend with regards to educating persons. We need to educate law-abiding, respectful, loving citizens. And so we've taken religion out of education. I mean, it's an all-inclusive environment now with regards to education. But it's the ethics and the values and so on that we want to inculcate. That must be part of our education system. And if it can be done through the arts, through sports, through such activities, we need to ensure that we invest more in these activities. I see so many community centers locked down from Monday to Sunday. Why aren't we engaging our young people in their free time? When I grew up, a weekend was a weekend where you did your house chores and so on. But you got together, you either participated in sports, you participated in talent shows. We now have more resources available for these things, and there's less happening in communities. So let's just stop the blame game with regards to crime. Let's examine every suggestion that comes forward, but also, too, let's be honest. A lot of the things that we are hearing that are being done now are what we can do now. So let's all join in and stop finding the solution to crime another way of dividing St. Lucia. Yeah. I am really tired of this division in our country, Shannon. I tell people that, I am one person who St. Lucia comes first no matter what. And I'm happy to see our artists coming on board. Yep. Helping to spread the message that, hey, what we need to stop this and so on. I'm hoping that more community groups will get on board. But Shannon, I am really tired of listening to bad news every single day. It really gets to me. And I'm saying we need to start concentrating on growing law-abiding, respectful people through as many media as possible, through social interventions in communities, through creating more employment and etc. And I think we have already started doing some of those things. So I just wanted to add that in. It's not about one party or the next party or one government or the other government. This is our business. This is beautiful St. Lucia that is now attaining a reputation that we don't want it to have. This for me is still the nicest place on the face of the earth. And, we need to try to make sure that we keep it that way.
Yeah,
Peace and love.
we have to make it
That's
look
what we
easy.
need.
Thanks so much. I'm agreeing with you 100%.
Yeah, man. Thanks, Shannon.
Yeah, you're most welcome. Isai Hall, friend of the show, regular viewer, and the divisiveness that Isai speaks of, which is not necessary, especially now. It's sadly been fueled by our leaders. That's the sad reality. But I'm agreeing with Isai. It's a time for all hands on deck and everyone to be involved in this national effort to restore peace, love, and respect to our society. 5840600 4500 777 is the numbers to call as well. Cindy and K